Hi guys, so these are the types of books that I would go back to over and over again like a nerd. These books also helped me experience my own personal growth and life transformation. So let's get right into it. This book teaches you how to find acceptance when you get fear and how to take action against that fear. I'm painfully shy, so you can imagine the intense fear I had when I was starting this channel. Honestly, even now I still feel that fear creep up every time I upload a new video. I'm terrified that people would judge, criticize, or throw tomatoes at me through the screen. But this book inspired me to step out of my comfort zone by doing more things that I fear in order to get that confidence. This book emphasizes the importance of creating your own morning routine using the Savers method. The Savers method is silence, affirmations, visualization, exercise, reading, and scribing. I used to feel so chaotic, unproductive, and groggy in my days. I slept around 4 a.m. and woke up at 12 p.m. I mean, can you imagine waking up till lunchtime? I thought there was no way I would become an early riser. That was for sane people, not me. But this book inspired me to finally become an early riser and create the perfect morning routine for myself. Since then, I felt more energized, happier, and productive in my days. This was also the book that inspired me to create my first YouTube video. Warning, the audio really sucks on that video. This is such a valuable book that emphasizes the importance of focus in a chaotic and distracted world. This book personally introduced me to the concept of deep work, which is known as intense focus without any distractions. Before reading this book, I often gave in to digital distractions because school and work in general just killed my soul. I was so proud of my multitasking skills. I even boasted it to my friends, and this actually just made my productivity and sanity worse. So this book convinced me to focus more by removing most of the apps on my phones, shutting off notifications, reserving time blocks for emails, setting 1 to 2 hours of non-interrupted deep work. Since then, I find myself making consistent progress towards my goals, and my focus just gets sharper every day. Just as the title indicates, this book goes in depth about all the habits of successful people and high performers. The greatest impact this book had on me was identifying the motivation behind all my goals, which were my values and my family. Yes, it took me a book to realize those things. It also introduced me to the concept of a life balance wheel in order to maintain work-life balance. I made a video on that if you guys want to check out in the description below. This book is a classic which practically everyone has read, but it deserves its popularity because of how timeless the teachings are. Being extremely shy, I hated socializing with others, and I often kept to myself. One of the greatest mindset changes for me was realizing that people just want to feel appreciated and valued. Crazy as it sounds, I began to see everyone around me with signs on their heads saying, "Please talk to me." So now I try to take the initiative to talk to people without looking like a creep. Sure, I've been rejected or ignored a few times, but I have no regrets because of all the friendships I've made and all the great people I've met. This book is absolutely essential for those who want to start an online business, whether it be through YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, etc. In fact, I'm actually rereading this book because of how valuable the content is. I used to procrastinate so much when it came to making my YouTube or starting my blog because I said that I had no knowledge of it whatsoever. But this book covers exactly the steps and secrets to creating that online presence. This is the ultimate finance book that teaches the difference between rich people and poor people's mindsets. It's practically every entrepreneur's first book. After reading this book, I instantly knew that I wanted more than a traditional 9-to-5 job and just getting a degree from college. I wanted to become an entrepreneur and build assets in order to achieve financial freedom. I was ready to become the next Bill Gates. I'm kidding, no. I can't rock his hair. Regardless, this book definitely changed my perspective on everything in life, and it changed my identity and sense of purpose. We all tell stories, whether it's to our family, best friend, co-workers, etc. This book teaches important and secret techniques to telling great stories. No more boring, draggy stories and cricket responses. Before reading this book, I always thought I had no stories to tell because I thought my life was so boring. But what changed my mindset was the concept of 5-second moment. The author tells us to identify any 5-second moment in your life that completely changed your feelings or your thoughts or perspective. I began to realize that I had plenty of 5-second moments, whether it was a laughing fit with my family or friends, the moment I opened my college rejection email, in that time I got drunk on the lawn. He also introduced the concept of homework for life, which involves recording just 1 to 2 sentences of your day on an Excel sheet, regardless of how small the moment was. In fact, I attribute most of my stories on this channel here to homework for life. In school, most of us have taken language classes, but somehow we never really got anywhere with those classes. That was the case for me. I took Spanish and Korean classes in school, but I didn't see any improvements. I just sounded unnatural and robotic, like a failed Siri. The most effective technique for language learning mentioned in this book is through spaced repetition. This is by including images, sound, and daily repetition on daily flashcards. With the guidance of this book, I'm slowly making progress towards my Spanish learning, even though I still sound like a toddler. I'm getting there, almost middle school level. Regardless, the improvements are what matters the most. This book offers 9 scientifically backed secrets to happiness. The result is the happiness equation. Want nothing, do nothing equals have everything. This book made me realize that happiness is a choice which you can take action on anytime. Yes, there are many instances in life where terrible things happen to you and it's practically impossible to be happy. But you can make things better by choosing to change your mindset at the moment and doing more activities that bring you more joy. Well, those are all the books that had a big impact on my life. My reading list is way too fat right now. If any of you guys end up reading some of the books I mentioned here, then definitely let me know your thoughts on it or if it helped you or not. Or share any life-changing books for you too. I'm always on the hunt for new books. Thanks for watching. Let's keep learning and growing.